for Jordan Raybould. Everybody, Jordan Raybould!
Yo, what's up, everybody? How you guys doing? Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. I had a new experience. I went and shot a gun for the first time. You guys done that before? Shot a gun? All right. That is frightening audience then. Literally, you guys have? You did, miss? Were you good at it? Were you scared all beforehand? That makes both of us bitches. I appreciate that. Because I was super scared. I've never held a gun before, let alone shot it. But I was there at a bachelor party with like 10 guys. So I couldn't let on how nervous I was, you know what I mean? So it made fun of me. So I was acting tough, like I was Dirty Harry. So it was my turn to shoot. I just strut up there. I just took that gun from the instructor, and I just looked so confident at paper. And I was like, yo, I'll mess this paper up. I'll make this paper's day. And then I pulled the trigger. And as soon as I pulled the trigger, the gun just kicked back and hit me right in the forehead. And I just started bleeding out of my forehead. And the gun instructor just goes, yo, man, have you not done this before? And I looked at him, and I was like, I mean, clearly this is my first time. I got a feeling SEAL Team 6 doesn't have this issue. He's doing help, and I was like, yes, please help me. So here's what I thought was gonna happen. I thought I was gonna stand like this, and the gun instructor was just gonna stand in front of me and make sure nothing crazy happened, right? But that is not what this gun instructor did. What happened was I stood like this, and then the gun instructor came around behind me, wrapped one arm around my waist, and took my hand in his hand. Have you ever seen a boyfriend teach his girlfriend how to play pool? It was like that, and I was the girlfriend. I was basically getting spooned with a gun in my hands. It was like that scene from Ghost, and I was definitely not Patrick Swayze. And I gotta be honest with all of you, that is the safest I've ever felt in my entire life. Getting spooned with a gun in your hand? I was being held by this big, strong man in a bear hug with the revolver in the left. And I was like, I think I understand the Second Amendment now. I get why this is so important to our country. So me and my new boyfriend over the next 5 rounds together. And then right when we finish, he motioned me to take my ear protection off. So he'll pull it down and he goes, I got one question for you before you go. You got a freedom boner? And I have no idea what that is. So I just said what I felt in my heart. And what came out was, no. I just have a regular boner. Thank you so much for teaching me about firearm safety and my sexuality today. I learned a lot. I did learn a lot. I'm not actually gay. I'm not, you know? At least that's what I think. It's as far as I've gotten, as far as I've thought about it, right? Like, sir, are you straight or gay? Literally asked 500 audience members that question in my life, and I've not once had a guy go like, I have no fucking clue, dude. Nobody ever does that. Thanks for making this show incredibly difficult. Appreciate your help. He's like, I don't define my sexuality, okay? Straight dudes never have a good answer to that question. If you ask a straight guy, how do you know you're straight? They never have a good answer to that question. Just once, when I ask a straight man, how do you know you're straight? I want a good answer. I want him to just go, well, I blew a guy in a 7-Eleven parking lot. And let me tell you, not for me. 0 out of 5 stars, will not partake in again. Results are conclusive, no need for further evidence. It's the only way you could know. It's the only way you could know. I get hit on by guys all the time. I do. Like recently, I was on the train platform, way home from work, 2 a.m., and this guy just talked to me and goes, hi, is this Trains Uptown? And I go, yeah, this is Trains Uptown. He goes, okay, well, do you have a girlfriend? And I go, yeah, I got a girlfriend. That's a super weird second question, though. And then he goes, well, does she ever suck your dick? Wow, no small talk on it at all, huh? It was like having a Tinder conversation in real life. But what came out after was, I don't know, sometimes maybe. I'm not really sure. I'm just an uptown girl in an uptown world. Thankfully, the train came right at that moment. So I go through the doors over here. I see this guy going through the middle. See him just look at the empty train car. Then he looks at me. Then he just walks over and he sits down right next to me. So I'm in this dude in a love seat together. And he's just hitting on me, and I'm dodging it. And he's hitting on me, and I'm dodging it. It was the first time in life I was like, oh my God, is this what it's like to be a woman? This is horrible. I did not know this until this moment, but when men want to have sex with you, they are very persistent. This dude's in this seat next to me like, hey, so you wanna like blow me now? And I'm like, not really. He's like, all right, but like, how about now? And I'm like, you literally just asked me 2 seconds ago. 35 minutes of that. Finally, we get on a stop and go, hey man, great meeting you, have a great night, this is my stop. And he goes, oh, that's crazy, this is my stop too. Cool, we get outside and go, hey man, great meeting, have a great night, I live that way. He goes, this is crazy, I live that way too. We walk for a few blocks, go to my corner, I go, hey man, great meeting you, have a great night, I live right there. He goes, this is crazy, I live right there too. The dude's my neighbor. So now he just walked me home like we just finished our first date. And I get my keys on and go, hey man, great meeting you, have a great night. And I turn to go inside, and right before I get inside, he grabs my arm and goes, wait, you got a freedom boner? No, I didn't say that. He goes, wait, can I get your phone number? Now, as a straight man, I don't have a lot of practice turning down men for my phone number. So I just gave this dude my phone number. Next day, I get a text message from him. He's like, hey, what are you up to? And I was like, nothing, just watching TV. He goes, got plans later? I was like, no, I'm free. He goes, you want to go get a hamburger? I've never really been asked to go to get a hamburger before. So I was like, yeah, I'll go get a hamburger with you. So I just went on my first gay date with this guy. And I tell you what, after an hour and a half of us eating and that dude flirting with me, when that bill came, oh, I'd even flinch for my wallet. That is the best burger I've ever had in my entire life. That thing was delicious. I get why women do it now. I get why women go on dates with guys they do not care about, and then when the bill shows up, they pay nothing. I get it, because you just look at that paper and you just go, nah. I earned that shit. And now that I think about it, I should claw back that wage gap with some appetizers. That's how I feel. That's cool you guys are out here right now with all your friends. That's beautiful. That's great you're out with all your friends. Because notice this, the older you get, the harder it is to make friends, right? The older you get, the harder it is to make friends. One sad woman on the side, perfect. It's true, the older you get, the harder it is to make friends. And actually, that's why I think people get married. That's why. It's because they look at their life, and they meet someone, and they go, hey, I've got no friends. You've got no friends? Let's make a kid. Now we each have one friend. Then the kid turns 2, and you're like, yo, turns out this kid is not our friend. This is actually just a hostage situation for both of us. All my friends starting to have kids now, so whenever we hang out and we go anywhere, they carry the kid in that front pouch papoose. You know what I'm talking about with papooses? When the wife dressed her husband up like a man kangaroo. By the way, the man always should wear the papoose, always. When if your husband tries to make you wear that thing, just look at him and just go, I already carried the kid for 9 months. You can do one afternoon, you little bitch. My vagina and butthole used to be separate. You're carrying the baby. I want you all to know that last line was written by my sister. Which is the most disgusting thing she's ever said to me. I was like, Jill, that's hilarious. Never repeat that ever again. I don't have a kid, but if I ever did, I'm not gonna carry a kid in one of those things, in those papooses. I don't trust him. Anytime I see a kid in one of those front pouches, I always look at that father and was like, yo man, you are way too confident that you will not trip today. You're just gonna run that risk with a newborn baby? Are you out of your mind? there's no escape plan for that kid if you start going down. If God forbid you step on a shoelace, there's no string in the front. The baby just pull, pop out top, just parachute safely down to the ground. I saw this in New York the other day. I saw one dad walking around, and he had a kid in the front and another kid in the back. That means if he trips, he's got to make a choice about which baby he loves more. He's got to flip midair and be like, well, this one said mama first, splat. Papoose. You know why they call it a papoose? Because that sound a baby makes when you land on top of it. Guys, that's a great fucking joke. It really is. And I'll say this, maybe 10 of you liked it, but every single one of you will never forget it. All of you, for the rest of your lives now, anytime you see a kid in one of those front pouches, you're just gonna look at it and just go, papoose. Sound a baby makes when you land on top of it. I don't know, I like living in New York City. So much crazy stuff all the time. Like recently, I was on the train, way to work, train door's about to close, and then right before they close, this woman sprinted, she like grabbed the doors, which that's no big deal. You guys have seen that all the time on the subway. It's not a big thing. The only thing that was weird is that she didn't do it like any of us would hold the train door. You know what I mean? With her foot or hand like that. You know how a human being holds a train door open. Instead, for some reason, this one got all the way spread out in the star position like this. Like this woman thought she could get all four corners to keep the doors from closing, okay? So she was stretched out like this and started yelling at her boyfriend at the turnstile. Come on, baby, just keep swiping that MetroCard, baby. Pull the trick for us, hurry, baby, hurry, come on. Yo, it was a minute of that. Of this woman just yelling at her boyfriend, and her boyfriend's at the turnstile with this MetroCard just throwing out brick after brick after brick. After a minute, she's getting kind of frustrated, so she started heckling her boyfriend. She just goes, oh my God, what is taking so long? It's pathetic. What, has just moved to New York City? Then we hear the boyfriend's voice off in the distance just go, the card says insufficient funds. So it's not my fault you took the good card, because you always take the good card. So we're just on the train witnessing like a weird domestic dispute. It's about a MetroCard, but it's not about the MetroCard at all. You need a therapist to solve what that's about. I'm seated right here as it's going on. There's a guy right next to me. I see him just shake his head in disgust. He takes his earbuds out of his ears, puts them in his pocket, walks over to the womaness, and then just boots her in the back as hard as he can, fulfilling every New Yorker's fantasy ever. The woman flies with her there like she's going skydiving and lands chest first directly on the ground. And thank God she wasn't wearing a papoose. Then she turned to see us, kicked her off the train, the doors just shut. And this is the worst part of that whole thing. That guy, he just went and sat down like nothing happened. Yo, what world do you live in? We're gonna play a finishing move to a woman and then just become a regular passenger on the train. You can commit a fatality because some Mortal Kombat character booting someone out of Sparta, then just go, all right, I'm gonna finish my podcast really quickly. Let's see what Hourglass has to say. You know why I like that joke? That is the only scenario on earth where one gets kicked directly on the back by a stranger, and literally every person who hears it goes, well, she kind of had it coming. Oh, thanks, guys. I'm glad you're clapping for that woman getting her ass kicked. Perfect. It's a good audience. I found out a new fact recently. I found out there's no difference between Magnum condoms and regular condoms. You guys know that? Yeah. A lot of minds are blown. They just charge men more for Magnums because we're so insecure that we're willing to pay for it to say Magnum on the box. Plus, every dude wants that moment where you walk into the Rite Aid and you gotta be like, give me the biggest condom you got in here. I need a Glad trash bag for this huge-ass dick. I can't use one of those regular-ass wimpy condoms. I'll burst through that thing like the Kool-Aid Man. Oh, yeah. It's like, yo, dude, relax. You ever stretched a regular condom out to its maximum capacity? You can fit a minivan in that thing. Your dick will fit just fine. It'll fit just fine. Besides, why would buying a Magnum condom make you feel like you got a big dick? they let everybody buy it. There's no checks and balances in that thing. Nobody here walks into the Rite Aid, grabs the Magnum condom box, takes it to the register, and the lady's like, that's $12.99. But first, 8 inches on the ruler. Let's go. Anything less, you gotta walk that back, buddy, okay? And you'd be like, all right, rules are rules. So you take it out, and she's like, sir, that is 3.5 inches. And you'd be like a little kid trying to get on a roller coaster he's know he's not tall enough for, but you really want to get on. You'd be like, miss, you gotta measure again, miss, you gotta measure again. Miss, you gotta measure from the butthole, it's from the butthole, okay? Besides, that's not when I feel big anyway. I don't feel big when stuff fits. I feel big when stuff is too tight. That's why I called my own condom, called the Trojan Micro. And it just looks like a little yarmulke that sits on the head of your penis. So it just looks like your dick is going to the synagogue later. That'd be better than the way condoms make dicks look. Right? Wouldn't that be way better? If you looked at a dick with a condom on, it's not good. It's creepy. It's objectively creepy. You know what it looks like? It looks like your dick is ready to go rob a bank. That's what it looks like. I don't know. I'm not very tall. I'm not. I really didn't think of myself as short. Here's how I found out I'm short. I had a show, went well, and this guy walked up and he goes, hey man, that was really funny. Then he just reached over and he just tussled my hair. Like I'm some sort of leprechaun. I've never dated a tall woman though. That's how I should know. I've never dated a tall woman. That's the truth though. For men, is you always have to be taller than the women you date, right? You always have to be taller than the women you date. And here's what sucks even more is, you can't even be like a little taller. You gotta be multiple inches taller. I asked one woman out, she was an inch shorter than I was, and she goes, I can't go out with you. Because what would you do if I wore high heels? What would you do? And I was like, I would also wear high heels. That's what I would do. It wouldn't be the first time I've tried them on. I actually did go on one date with a woman who was 6'1" recently, and we had a lot of fun because we had a lot in common, and I walked her home, and I went for that goodnight kiss, and that's when I figured out why taller women do not want to date shorter men. Because the parts do not fit. Because I just felt like a baby bird getting fed by its mother. I was just looking up at her like, there's no way to invite me up into that nest later, huh? And she was like, absolutely not, fly away, boy. And then she just reached over and just tussled my hair. I've had a lot of good jobs, I've had a lot of bad jobs in my life, I really have. And here's an interesting difference between good jobs and bad jobs. Don't get drug tested for good jobs. That's how you know you got a good job. If they let you do whatever you want and don't check. Like I worked on Wall Street, never got drug tested. And of course they didn't drug test us, because if they did, the bank would have been empty. Worked as a landscaper, got drug tested. Why? Why would you drug test that job? If anything, drugs would actually make you better at that job. Like if I owned a landscaping company, I would provide lines of coke on every truck in the morning, and I would let my employees show up and they just rip that shit and they'd be like, all right, let's go dig some bushes. I cannot wait to mow these lawns. Don't give me healthcare, just give me free snow. That's all I want. I really did work on Wall Street, I really did, and I was a really bad employee. I'm glad you guys are like, clearly. We've gotten that impression so far. Oh, none of us are checking your LinkedIn, sir. I really was a bad employee. I used to show up late to work, boss would tell me to do stuff and I wouldn't do it, and I used to rollerblade to and from work each day. But none of those why I got fired. None of them. The reason I got fired, is 100% true, is because I used to take a lot of naps. That was actually the reason they fired me. I wouldn't sleep at my desk though. I thought I was smart. I'd sneak down this empty conference room on the 29th floor, and I used to sleep underneath one of those giant oak tables for a full 90 minutes. An entire REM cycle. One time when I fell asleep and woke up, a meeting had started all around me. I swear to God, I popped my eyes open and all I saw was just 20 legs all around this table. And you know how when you wake up in a foreign place, how you just panic? I just freak out, push 2 chairs away, turn face around like this, looking all crazy. Someone a cup of coffee, I just scared her and she goes, ah! I threw it against the wall. The dude running the meeting in the front dropped his stick, turned to look at me and just goes, where did you come from? And I didn't know what to say because I just woke up, so I just went, ah! I'm from the future! Just sprinted out of the room. Like that explained anything as a human being teleported into the middle of their meeting. So I'm a dumb 22-year-old, first job out of college, so I just went back to my desk being like, yo, I can't believe I got away with that. My bro's gonna think I'm the man later. I get a phone call in 30 minutes, and it's a woman at the other end. And she just goes, hey, do you want to come down to HR real fast? Shouldn't take long at all, just a quick chat. And I'm so dumb, even at that point, I was like, she's probably gonna give me a raise. I get into her office, there's only 2 people in there. Boss, HR lady. Boss just goes, take a seat, doesn't say another word, flips the laptop around, hits a space bar, and it's security cam footage of the whole thing all over again. Just me jumping out looking all crazy, the one throwing the coffee, the dude dropping the stick, me just screaming at them and sprinting out of the room. Video ends and it's dead silent in the office. Nobody is saying anything. And I just look in my boss's eyes, I just go, can I at least get that for my Instagram video? He goes, absolutely not, you're fired, get out right now. And I got up, I was gonna go back to my desk, get my stuff, right? That's when you get fired, right? Is you go to your desk, you get your stuff. You have that Jerry Maguire moment where you're like, who's with me? And I was like, we like getting paid, beat it, loser. But they don't do that there. They have a security guard there, and he escorts you to the lobby, and then he goes, is there anything in your desk right now? And then he goes and gets it for you. Now, if anyone else in this room has been fired, you know it's a super emotional moment. You're angry, you're embarrassed, you're scared you're gonna have to tell your mom later. All those things have run through your head. But nothing cheers you up more than when a grown man goes, is there anything you need from your desk right now? And you go, yeah, if you could. Please go grab my rollerblades for me really quickly. And you make a 45-year-old man go to your old desk, get a pair of shoes with wheels on the bottom, and come back down and watch as you strap them on your feet and then glide out the front door. That's the best mode of transportation to get fired on. Rollerblades? Because you can't cry on rollerblades. You can't. Try. Tomorrow morning, put on some rollerblades, ride down the street, and I dare you to try and cry. It's impossible. Because as you're flying down the road, the wind just dries all of your tears. So another guy got fired recently. See that Papa John Schnatter got fired? Everyone's favorite pizza guy. He got fired. If you don't know, he said the N-word during an earnings conference call, and I'm glad he got fired. He deserves that. He deserves to get fired. And here's what makes it even sweeter justice now, is nobody's eating Papa John's pizza. Their sales are down. And of course their sales are down. Because Papa John's pizza isn't good enough to also have bad opinions. It's like, who do you think you are? Chick-fil-A? Chick-fil-A could do anything and I would still eat it. They could hire Jared from Subway to be their spokesperson. And I would gladly walk there every day. And if I showed up, Bill Cosby was behind that counter. I'd be like, yo, Bill, give me extra sauce, hold the Quaaludes, don't tell anybody I was here. That's a pretty good chicken sandwich, it is. Their chicken is so good, gay guys eat it. That's how good it is. The biggest crime that Chick-fil-A has is that they're closed on Sundays. It's their biggest crime. Holy shit. You guys are fun. Some of you. You always look out and you just see one guy being like, I don't fucking get it. I gotta be honest, everyone else seems to be laughing, but this is not for me. This is pretty bad. You know who it is? It's always a guy that looks like my dad. That's it. I tell you what, 65-year-old men fucking hate my comedy. I do this on the road all the time. Every time I go to a new city, I just see a gray-haired guy walk in. I'm like, fuck. Just my disapproving dad. And then they had to put him right in the front. Perfect. That's just me in 30 years, right? 30 years, I'm like, I don't fucking get this. I'm only here because my wife made me go, okay? And evidently, to get laid, you have to go places. It sucks. It really does. You guys married? Nice, beautiful. How long you guys been married? Wow. Nobody gave a fuck. Nice, audience. Together for 30 years, this audience was like, boring. How'd you guys meet? I like that you both looked at each other. You're like, I'm not really sure. That was 30 years ago. I have no clue. 30 years ago at a bar? Damn, you guys met in real life, huh? What, do you think you're better than everybody else here? Is that what you think? Any couples meet here online? I know you two are together, but it looks like you're not. It really... It looks like you met her online and she doesn't know you're together. That's what it looks like. It looks like you just followed her here. I was like, oh yeah. I've seen her on Instagram. I created an app that only shows bikini pics. Oh yes. It's not a bad idea. I get 10% cut if any of you guys make that, okay? It's not a bad idea. You met online, huh? That's beautiful. You know what? I believe in your love. Fuck your love, guys. I don't believe in that. Who said you two should be together? Your heart? Ugh. You know who put them together? An algorithm, that too. Bunch of nerds in Silicon Valley were like, these two belong together. Oh my God. This is a fun show. I don't know. I'm a white person. I don't know why people are clapping for that. We got an alt-right side over there, okay? I'm a white person. Fuck yeah, bro, me too. You can't clap for that shit anymore, man. It's a shame. I am a white person. I actually sent my DNA to Ancestry.com just to check and see what they say. And all they sent back was a New Balance coupon, so. I was like, this is offensive, but a deal's a deal. I need a new pair of walkers. I do. I am a white person. My girlfriend's actually Mexican, and I don't know what's weirder to cheer for, to be honest. I should just name people's... Are there any black people here? Yeah! There was a lot of white people cheering for that. I know that. Some of you are liars. Some of you are trying to Rachel Dolezal your way into being black. A lot of liars here. No, I am a white guy. My girlfriend's Mexican. I'm actually the first white guy she's ever dated, so sometimes there'll be small cultural differences between us, and whenever one happens, she always notes it by going, oh my God, white guys are so weird. And I agree with her that white guys are weird, but here's the thing. The stuff I'm doing isn't particular to white people. It's just particular to me. But I don't want her to know that. She's dating a total weirdo, so I just let her blame the whole race of people. So then she goes, oh my God, white guys are so weird. I go, I know. Every white guy pees sitting down. We do. We can't help it. It's in our DNA. That's why we separate men and women. We don't want the women to know that, okay? I do pee sitting down now. I do. And there's a concrete reason for that, and that is that I'm getting older. And I no longer trust my butthole. I no longer have that 21-year-old butthole confidence I once had, where you just stand at a urinal and just pee and fart at the same time and know everything's gonna be fine. I don't have that. I'm at an age now where I keep a spare pair of underwear in my backpack at all times. Just if I pee and fart and something bad doesn't happen, I feel like I robbed a bank. That's how I feel. I learned my lesson the hard way. I shit my pants. You guys aren't better than me. You're not. If you think you're done shitting your pants, you're due. Hey, you know what's funny? Whenever you shit your pants, you always go and check. What are you checking for? There's nothing to check. Hey, if you think you shit your pants, you shit your pants. There's nothing to go and look at. Don't even go into the bathroom and examine your underwear like you got in a rear fender bender and you're thinking about driving this off. No, just assume it happened. Take your underwear, throw them in the corner, light them on fire, and then just walk out and be like, hey guys, I'm really sorry, I shit my pants in there. And your boss be like, no worries, happened to me last Friday. This is paid time off. It is. I watch a lot of mixed martial arts. I'm a big fan of I don't know why you're poofing that. They're like, oh, no you don't. You guys are fun, but it's a bunch of fucking weirdos at times. I do watch a lot of MMA. I was at a bar watching a fight, and this woman was sitting next to me, and she goes, hey, this is actually my first time watching this sport. I've never seen it before, so I have to ask you a question. I hope this isn't like too stupid or anything, but how come nobody's punching each other in the penis? And I was like, well, the reason that nobody's punching each other in the penis is because punching each other in the penis is illegal. And the reason that is illegal is because if you could do it, that is all anyone would do. And this sport would be completely unwatchable because the ref would ring the bell and then two dudes would just nervously shuffle out like this for 25 minutes. Every guy in the silence of the lambs position with their nuts behind their hamstrings in a mangina, too afraid to throw a punch. I think the world champion would be a woman. Absolutely, it would be a woman because vaginas are invincible. They are. They're invincible. That's why I can't listen to men brag about how good they are in bed. Have you ever heard a dude brag about his sexual prowess? It's the most disgusting thing on earth, isn't it? Isn't it pathetic? I was hanging out with this guy and he goes, yo, last night I hooked up this chick and I beat that pussy up. And I was like, did ya? Did you really? I find that doubtful. At best, maybe you came to split decision. 3 judges filled out scorecards and they're like, too close to call, no contest. Because most men tap out 23 seconds into the first round. Have you ever looked at a penis after sex? Doesn't it kind of look like a boxer that just lost a fight? So it's like, oh my God, what the fuck just happened? Holy shit, did I black out again? Can someone throw me a towel so I can clean my forehead? And what is Joe Rogan doing here? Why does he keep trying to talk to me? Vaginas are strong, they are, but they're also a lot of work. I give women a lot of credit. Take care of that thing, Jesus, I couldn't do it. I can't even take care of a Tamagotchi. I'm no expert in the vagina, I don't have one. But from my outside vantage point, I think having a vagina is what it must be like to have a pool in your backyard. Yeah, sure, it's the most fun, but oh my God, there's like so much upkeep. You gotta check the pH every single morning, make sure it's not too acidic, not too basic. If you forget to, it just turns green on you. All the neighborhood boys keep trying to go for a dip. Look, all I'm saying is that everybody here loves pools. But it's just way better if your neighbor owns that shit. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. I can't handle that responsibility. I can't. I did that joke at one venue, and this woman got so mad at me that she actually wrote me an email after the show. And she was like, how can you have such a disgusting and horrible opinion? And I was like, that is not an opinion. That is an observation. Those are two very different things. They are. It's a fact of life. I'm sorry. It's harder to be a woman. You guys get periods every month. That's more work than dicks. I didn't do it, okay? God did it. If you don't like it, write him an email. He's probably not going to respond. But it's true. Vaginas, they are just more work than penises. Like women, you actually have to go to the gynecologist, right? Once a year, you go to the gynecologist. Evidently, one woman really goes to the gynecologist. She's like, not for this thing, Jesus. This is like Chernobyl down there, okay? You look into it, you turn around, you just got blisters on your face. She's like begging the dude to look at it. She's like, you have to look at it. He's like, I don't want to. But they are. Like women, you go to the gynecologist once a year, except her. You do. You go to the gynecologist once a year. Men, how often you go to the dick doctor? Never been to the dick doctor. Not a single time in my life. The only way you get me to go to the dick doctor is if my penis fell off. That is the only way. And even then, before I go, I kick it up out of my jeans. I'd pick it up, and I'd call one of my friends and be like, yo, dude, this may be weird, but has your dick ever fallen off on you before? Yo, I gotta FaceTime you, and you gotta see this thing. Thank God dicks aren't detachable, too. Thank God, because first, I would lose mine. I'd leave it in the back seat of an airplane. A flight attendant would come running. I'd be like, hey, did someone leave a 2.5 size piece? A 2.5 inch size white dick? I would lose mine. And second, nothing would get done. Nothing. Because all men would do all day at work is just throw penises back and forth at each other. You'd just be sitting at your computer trying to send an email, and then just all of a sudden... Are you kidding me, John? We talked about this already. You can't be throwing your dick around during work hours. That is a strict after-work activity. Besides, that thing's disgusting. It's uncircumcised. I don't know, why do people hate uncircumcised penises so much? Why? All dicks are ugly. So why would you discriminate between circumcised and uncircumcised? And you know it's true that every dick is ugly, because nobody here has ever gotten a dick pic before, looked at it and gone, oh my God, thank you, my new phone background. I need to forward this to my girlfriends. Whoop. So why would you discriminate between circumcised and uncircumcised? I have some female friends that won't have sex with a guy if they find out he's uncircumcised. That's crazy. Are you kidding me? You mean you're gonna let half an inch of calamari ruin your night? Just fry it up and have some fun, okay? Dip it in the marinara sauce. I have no idea what that means. I don't know. It just feels like the most disgusting thing to say at the end of that. Whatever you think that means, that's what that is, okay? Actually, lie to you guys, I have been to the dick doctor before. I have. I got chlamydia. Most people don't woo for that, but good. Solidarity, I appreciate that. White people, yeah. Herpes. Everyone's smart enough to know, like, just shut the fuck up. Don't admit you have herpes. No, I did. I got chlamydia. And then I went to the doctor, and I learned that chlamydia is not that bad. Honestly. It's pretty much the best STD you could ever get in your entire life. A lot of you guys are looking pretty blank at me right now. 1 in 4 of you are liars. That's fine. It's fine. But for the rest of you who actually don't know, here's all that happens when you get chlamydia is it burns when you pee, you take a pill, you get super nauseous, then you take a nap, and you get back out there and you play the game you love. It's the first round draft pick of STDs. It's your body's way of saying, I'm not mad at you, I'm just disappointed. I know. I went on a trip with my girlfriend. We stayed in a hotel room together, and there was a point during the trip where she disappeared in the bathroom, and then she poked her head out, and she was like, hey, baby, you want to come take a shower? And I was like, hell yeah, I want to come take a shower. This is going to be awesome. And then we just took a shower. Like we're 2 athletes on a sports team, just cleaning up after practice. I don't know if it's called a shower for me, to be honest. It's more just me standing in the back as she took a shower. That's what it is. Every time men and women shower together, she's in the front just having like a Pantene Pro V commercial. Just reenacting that Herbal Essences from 1999. Just like, oh my God, he wants to be so bad in this hot, hot water. Meanwhile, the guy's in the back just shivering cold, freezing. His lips are turning blue. He's got frostbite on the tip of his dick. He splashed water in his face, makes it worse because now you know what warmth is again. Here's what I do whenever I'm in that situation. When my girlfriend's not looking, I'll just pee on her back a little bit. I don't know why I get excited for shower sex. The shower, that's the worst place you can have sex, isn't it? In the shower, that is the worst. That's not true. In front of your parents, that's the worst place. But the second worst place is in the shower. And that's because there's no position you can do that makes any sense because you're standing parallel to each other in an 11. And an 11 is not a sex position because men are not coat hooks you can just hang things on. And I know everyone here is like, oh, you're an idiot, dude. What about doggy style? All right, yeah, I agree. Doggy style is fantastic for me. But I care about her. So I don't want to put her through that. Because while I'm in the back having the time of my life, she's in the front just getting waterboarded by her own hair. I'm not going to commit a war crime just so I can get off. I'm not into some weird Dick Cheney role-playing where I'm like, where are the weapons of mass destruction? Then she pulls her head up, she's like, you're the weapon of mass destruction! And I'm like, you know that isn't true, but it still feels good when you say it. Plus, it's already hard enough to make women climax, isn't it? It's already hard enough to make women climax. And every time I say that, some jerk comes up to you later and is always like, oh, it's because you're not doing it right there. Listen, man, I followed the directions. I put the thing inside the thing. That's what the manufacturer told me to do. So it's not my fault, because I'm doing my best, and I want her to come. I want her to come. It's God who doesn't. Because if God wanted women to come, he would put the clitoris inside the vagina. What is the point of putting the thing that gives most of the pleasure an inch and a half away from the place you do the thing? Does that not feel like the dumbest way to build half the people on earth? Why would God do that to all women? That is so stupid. That'd be like if I threw Thanksgiving dinner for my family. And then my dad got there and he was like, where's the turkey? And I was like, it's 1.5 miles down the road. Go for a jog. Yo, guys, that is my time. You've been so much fun, man. Seriously. Thank you all for coming out. Seriously, you guys have been so much freaking fun.